She sat across from me at the cafe we always went to, nervously twisting a strand of hair around her finger, a habit I knew all too well. From the second she arrived, something felt off. Her smile looked forced, and she avoided eye contact. We'd been together almost 3 years. Things had been rocky lately, sure, but I never saw this coming. Without easing into the conversation, she blurted it out. I went on a date last night, with someone else. For a second, it felt like the world went silent. I blinked, unsure if I'd heard her correctly. But she kept going, told me his name, how they met at work, how dinner had been full of laughter. This wasn't a slip-up. This was calculated. As I listened, it became clear, she wasn't ashamed. She was testing me. Almost like she wanted to see what I'd do, if I'd beg, if I'd fall apart. Maybe she expected tears or a scene. Instead, I lifted my coffee, took a slow sip, and simply said, "Thanks for being upfront. I hope he treats you better than I did." That threw her off. Her lips parted slightly, stunned. "Wait, that's it?" she asked, her voice laced with confusion. "You're not even going to ask why? Or get mad?" I leaned back in my chair, keeping my voice even. The hurt was real, but I wouldn't let her see it. "I don't fight for space where I'm not welcome," I said. "If you felt the need to look elsewhere, then we were already over. I was just the last to know." That hit a nerve. Her confidence wavered. She shifted in her seat, suddenly unsure. Then came the excuses, that she didn't mean for it to go that far, that she was confused, looking for clarity. But her words were weak. Even she seemed to hear it. What she'd done wasn't bold, it was cruel. And when she didn't get the meltdown she was likely bracing for, she didn't know what to do with herself. I stood up, finished my drink, and told her calmly, "You made your decision. I'm just accepting it. I truly hope things work out for you." There was regret starting to show in her eyes, but I didn't stick around to see where it led. I walked out with my head high, and for once, she was the one left behind, the one watching someone leave without begging to stay. That night, I gathered the few things I had at her apartment. There wasn't much. I'd always been careful not to settle in too deeply. The framed photos, the handwritten notes, the little gifts, I left them all. Let her sit with the emptiness I left behind. Weeks passed. She tried reaching out, short messages at first, then long, emotional emails. Apologies. Regrets. She said it meant nothing. Said she missed us. But I never wrote back. Not out of spite, but because for the first time in a long while, life felt peaceful. I turned my attention inward. Picked up hobbies I'd let go of. Reconnected with old friends I'd pushed aside during the relationship. Slowly, things began to feel right again. Her absence wasn't painful. It was freeing. The quiet she left in her wake wasn't loneliness, it was relief. I heard from mutual friends that she wasn't doing so well. Apparently, the guy she went out with disappeared after a few weeks. She had expected more from him, and ended up losing what she already had. Some lessons come with a heavy price. Looking back, I'm glad I didn't yell or beg for answers. Sometimes, the strongest response is silence. Walking away with your dignity speaks louder than any outburst ever could. She thought telling me about another man would crush me. Instead, it opened the door to a freedom I didn't know I needed. She lost someone who truly loved her. And I found peace where she thought I'd fall apart.